exactly. Okay.
See, easy.
So
Wait,
our freshly minted Master Zen, is it 2% WR or is it Healbot?
2% W,
Okay.
2% WR. Let me go turn on my air conditioning or my fan really quickly.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's really hot in my room.
I'll just get this video to the right spot. Go ahead.
I'm only sorry that you do not. Feels good to be home.
I am back. You know what I've been trying to do as well?
What have you been
Like,
trying to do as well?
at least try to do it as consciously as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I can improve in a lot of places. And obviously, I'm only masters, but I
Sure.
want to get to a point where like my orb uptime is really good. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because that's one of the ways you can like carry on Zen
Oh,
with
yeah.
doing nothing.
I
You know what I
have
mean?
I have seen Zens that it's like this Zen is playing in high platinum and their aim is silver, and it is all about the orbs, and it's just like, and
Yeah.
eventually in matches they'll start getting punished because the tracers or the Genjis and the etc. start realizing, wait a second, you can't defend yourself. But
To be fair, tracers are they're hard to hit sometimes.
yep, yes they are.
They are hard to hit. I've done it before, but usually I can only do it when they don't actually expect me.
Sure. So you wanted to work on orb uptime, and I know you wanted to talk about more aggressive angles or wider
Sight
angles as
lines.
well.
Wait,
Okay.
I wanna.
Okay.
Should I do that game?
We could switch games.
Should I do this game or should I do this game? I think I'm gonna do this game instead.
Okay, give me a different game code. We've just
Cause
debated. Go ahead.
I lied to you. I kind of got killed a lot in this one, but
Okay.
I did kind of. The last fight was really good,
Okay.
or the last hold we had to do. But
Let's go here.
I mean, I think my orb uptime in the beginning I think was kind of bad, but that's why you're here for, to insult me.
That is one of the things that I'm here for, to constructively insult you.
Welcome to Hollywood.
To constructively. What if you just don't constructively insult me? What if you just insult me?
I could do that, and I'd probably get
You
more views.
suck. You probably would.
Yeah.
Maybe you should. I give you permission to insult me.
Okay, so here we are. We've got our 2% win rate. Okay, so angles and orb uptime are sort of what are on your mind to improve, which doesn't necessarily mean they're amazing in this game. It just means they're things you've identified, and we will confirm or deny that, and then we will work on it.
Is something I think it depends on the map specifically. Like some maps I can do really well, and my deaths are pretty low.
Mm-hmm.
But on other maps, I think specifically payload maps where the sight lines are a lot longer.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's a bit more difficult. Like, I think I always struggle on Junkertown a lot.
Okay.
Because the sight lines and it's a sniper map. And Zen doesn't really do that well against snipers in general.
Sort of. I mean, that's like sort of true, but Zen's also one of the best heroes to play when in a poke-heavy comp that might have two snipers.
Yeah,
so.
But to be fair, it limits his value a lot. I'd much rather play if they're not playing snipers, because it requires you to like.
No, you're one of the best heroes. It's just that it sucks to play into snipers. Like, you are one of the best heroes into snipers for the support role. It just sucks individually for you.
Yeah.
That's sort of like Zen into old school hard dive.
You can't left click a lot if they're like on uncontested high ground. You know what I mean?
No. It's more right clicks. It's more peeks. It's more. Yeah, I agree. Okay.
Which is annoying. It's annoying. Okay, I don't like them.
Fair.
Hot take.
Fair.
I don't like snipers.
Hot take. You don't like snipers. Okay.
I know.
So
that'll be the hot take of today's episode.
Okay. So I don't mind Harmonying orbing your Wrecking Ball. Wrecking Ball is generally a good target.
Are you streaming? You're not sharing your screen either.
That would.
You're not doing anything. What are you doing, Temporal?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Are you happy? Let me rephrase that. Are you slightly less unhappy now?
Slightly less unhappy now. Yes.
Okay. So, your Harmony Orb just came back from your ball. It was on Hammond a second ago.
Yeah.
And you're gonna put it on this Doomfist, right? Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I do. That's why I mastered. Is that one orb,
That's
single-handedly.
that one orb just saved your Doomfist's life, which won you this game, which got you mastered. No.
Yes.
Okay. So there's that. I like that. You could have a Discord orb on that. I know it's
could do that.
shenanigans, but hey, you could.
Just shenanigans.
Uh,
I require aid.
Our widow is crying. So.
she is. Okay. Got your Discord on the Zen.
That's
Zen
pretty good
gets
though,
deleted.
because he's
That's
gonna.
exactly.
I
Zen
knew
is
he was
exactly
gonna-
who he's gonna want. So that is absolutely
Yeah.
correct.
And then he dies. That's why I hate Doomfist players.
Well, he dies. I mean,
They always die. They always get one pick, then they die.
that's true. That's true.
And then sometimes they get multiple picks.
And sometimes they just go down.
Your soul.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
If only I didn't
Why
take
not?
that damage from the turrets.
Sim turret? Yeah, that would have been the difference. Okay. So
Sim-
hopefully we
Sim
can.
should be. I think every DPS hero should be banned. Let's just bring back goats.
Hey, I could go so deep on goats. Let's do it. Kidding.
Goats?
It's not.
I wanna try goats. I never played in goats.
It was a lot of fun to play in an organized session. It just wasn't super fun for people who didn't understand it to watch.
Yeah, I heard it was not fun for people in comp, but like, if it was in like higher rank, then it.
Oh,
should
in
be fun.
organized play, it was fine, and even the
Yeah.
pros didn't actually dislike playing goats. What happened is the DPS pros knew that they weren't going to get scouted to move up just based off of their brig play, so they wanted goats to end because they couldn't move up the scout. You follow what I'm saying?
Just play Zen. Become the Zen player.
There you go.
But no, to be fair, I understand that a whole role shouldn't be obsolete
Yeah,
in the competitive setting. That just seems kind of weird. You know what I mean?
I agree.
But goats seem fun.
It was. Okay, so you've got that on Sim. You've got that on your Sigma, which isn't really where you want it. Sigma is probably the, yeah,
Yeah, it should be on Doom or Widow because of they're running a dive as well.
exactly. I mean, Sigma is very high self-sustain. Your Widow could use it. Your Doom could always live with it.
Dude, why did my Widow do nothing this game? But then when I played against them they were on the enemy team. They completely destroyed us.
Yeah, that's about how it goes. Okay.
I am under attack.
Okay. Let's go like that.
I am under attack.
Why did we feel we needed to charge a right click here? There was a barrier we could shoot at. There was this we could shoot at. We start charging a right click, and then there's a tracer here, so we're kind of stuck with our right click. Like, this should be left click territory.
True.
Okay.
True that.
Excuse me, who are you and what have you done with Jumbo? You're agreeing with me, criticizing. Thing.
No, I don't agree with you because I didn't want to. I was charging because I knew my team would break the shield because it was at like 2 HP.
There you go. There you go.
And I did it because there was a thing there, and I don't want to left click into a window where I can
Okay.
get one shot.
Yes.
So silly temporal.
Okay, there we
You
go.
know what I like though? I'm starting to get at the rank where I'm like out charging all of my other support people.
Out
with
ult charging
Thrall.
them?
Yeah, I mean sometimes not BAP. It depends, but most of the time I am.
Bask in the shadow of doubt.
So you've got
There's really
that up
nothing to
there.
talk about
You've got
because it's
your
perfect
harmony on
play.
Sigma. Oh yeah, it's totally perfect play. Who's your harmony orb on? Where's the tracer?
Do you want to fight?
That's what I
Wanna go?
thought. That's what I thought. Okay. Okay.
I'm Masters. I'm pretty sure you'd place bronze
Oh
temporal.
yeah, I'd place bronze.
If we did a 1v1, I'm 25% sure I'd win.
There you go.
That's just R.I.P.
Good
Immortality
times.
Field, I guess.
Yeah.
Did he have it? Can you check if he had it?
Sure, I can check if he had that. I almost guarantee he did.
He should have put it. As soon as he heard the stick, you throw it down. No matter where you are. Unless you know he's not over there. Unless you know for a fact.
Did I go?
I bet he did. I bet you $500 he did, Temporal.
I'm never gonna be collecting that $500. Okay, so
He
that's
did
a
have
lamp. Yeah. Good.
He could have carried.
He could have. He could have carried. He could have carried. Let's go back to our 2% win rate. Cool.
I'll be real with you. This fight takes a while, so we're looking
We're
at
gonna be
this
watching
one,
point 1 for a while.
yeah.
Okay.
We literally cap with like overtime, so.
Is not.
Dude, I kind of carried the last fight though. Like not the
Okay.
last fight, but the contest we did at the end. They're not this, but like the last round.
Sure.
Yeah.
The overtime push or the
Yeah.
extra. Yeah, I get it. I suppose.
So far, I don't see any problems.
You're at 3 orbs, and you just hold that from 3 orbs to 5 orbs. There's a problem. If
What's
we're
the
being
problem?
critical. What's the problem with that? The problem with that is if this is an angle that you can shoot through, it's an angle that other people can shoot through too.
That's true. I should peek at always 5 orbs or 4 when it's about to shoot.
Yes.
And I have.
Yes. Exactly.
Open your mind.
And you're gonna cycle your Harmony Orb onto that Doomfist that's gonna come in. You're ready for
Maybe.
him to come in.
I don't love Doomfist.
I
I
know.
don't even think I saw him, to be honest with you.
Okay. Okay.
He went fucking like
Good
roof
Harmony
boarding.
cycle.
That's not a word. but
This is not a right click. Why is this a right click?
It is a right click. I see me right clicking on the screen.
Okay. Okay. We know we shouldn't be right clicking here. We were good to cycle our Harmony Orb to him. That was the right thing to do. But now we're looking at this and going, oh, we can't do anything. We have to either try to.
Temporal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for interrupting. You keep going, then I'll say my thoughts on something.
Okay. We have to either try to rotate up here or we have to do the long way through security and go here. But honestly, this is probably a case of shoot, this is annoying, etc. We have to rotate up here and into here. But go ahead. What do you got?
I mean, there it's also very risky to be
I don't
fair.
disagree, but this totally
That's
compromised your position. Like, there's very little you can do now, right? Like, your other
Yeah,
option was to try
my
to push up
sightlines
to
are
here.
garbage right now. My sightlines are absolutely garbage.
Right.
I can't do anything.
Like, you can push up to here where you've got this corner to sort of play with, but you don't know what's around this corner that's scary.
Yeah, then I'm just dead because I'm in front of my tanks and they have everything that can kill me.
Well, I don't so much mind if, like, this is what we're talking about since we're talking about angles.
I see. It's better than where I would be now. But
Right.
to be fair, the sim wall would limit me doing a lot.
Absolutely. But if you're...
But
go ahead.
if you see what happened in the clip, then I actually probably would have been good if I was there anyway.
Okay.
And
Conceptually,
if I would
though,
push up there.
this isn't in front of your tanks, and it's like even if
True.
you were here and your tanks were back here, I wouldn't consider this in front of your tanks because you're using different angles, and I don't actually care who's physically closer when all of the threat is sort of drawn by the angles. Does that sort of make sense?
Yeah, I feel you.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah, you'd have found yourself a Sigma if you'd been there. Harmony's on BAP. You're
I have a Discord
transing.
out, to be fair.
You have a Discord out, yeah.
Perfect trans, except he dies. I don't know how he dies.
It is a little surprising that that didn't tick in time. Like, I'd feel a little robbed in your shoes.
Yeah.
He's still at half health. He's at a third.
He's in
health.
it. He's in it.
I know.
And
I
then
know.
boom.
You're a little robbed.
And then that happens because I try to save him and I get punished for it again.
That's fine. I mean, the fight was over once you failed to save him.
But
Well,
he gets like 3 picks, our Doomfist.
Yeah. Imagine how
I
many
could
you'd
have
have
been
gotten.
one.
That could have been 4 picks if you had a Harmony Orb. I'm kidding.
Oh my god, I died! I died!
Right, but he never had the Harmony Orb. It was on your Sigma the whole time. And
Yeah.
your Doomfist is the least likely person to be in your
Yeah, I
transit.
shouldn't have it on my Sigma anyway, after, but I guess it was just because I need to pop trans then, because it was the only way I
You
would
mean you should have
actually-
it on your Doomfist generally? Yeah, you didn't have time to move it to your Doomfist then?
Yeah.
You don't... Okay, good.
Darkness falls.
What do you
Okay.
think about solo transing?
It's a thing.
I think it's better than... Okay, transing a grav,
Mhm.
you usually don't win the fight afterwards.
Correct.
So why, unless you need to do it to defend the point or you're gonna lose, then I don't think you should. Solo transing is actually way better, because
Well,
not,
hold on.
I think.
Hold on.
What?
So it depends what we're talking about here. So we can think about trans in multiple ways, right? So transing a grab when they still have the tools to eliminate your team through the grab, yeah, that can have some issues. It's an option, but that can have some issues. Solo transing is usually referring to, hey, I got pulse bombed, or this Tracer is about to eliminate me, or this Genji is about to eliminate me, etc.,
No,
and I'm
there's a
solo
tank.
transing. Okay,
If
so
there's a
you mean
tank,
transing to save a tank that's going down. That's what you
yeah,
mean. Okay,
yeah,
so that's actually what you tend to end up doing when you trans to save a tank like that, is you're actually using it as an offensive ult. And that's a
yeah,
good way
yeah.
to use
That's true. It's
trans.
defensive, but it's also offensive. And I think
Exactly.
I was watching, and like, unless they have an ultimate combo that you can like actually save your team from, like Nano Blade or like Grab Dragons, they sometimes don't even use it for that. But I guess they don't even save it for Flux a lot of the time,
So what
unless
you
they happen to have it. A lot of the time.
frequently they will save it for flux. It can depend a bit on the strategy, but what you run into is it's very valid to use a trans to go, hey team, push stupid aggressive, push stupid hard, etc., and you
Yeah.
just know, and they know, you are going to flinch and pull the trigger before any of them go down. So
And
they get
let's
like,
think about it. Let's think about it as well.
hmm
If your tanks are taking a lot of damage,
hmm
he's probably in a bad position.
no, not necessarily.
Well, not necessarily, I guess,
If
but
he knows that trans is going to come save him, this is a legit thing where we go hard push, hard push second life with trans. Where you hard
yeah,
push, you go, we are pushing hard, etc., etc. We are taking high risk, high reward, aggressive, running into them, brawling, etc. Bunch of our people go down to half life, 2 or 3 people. Maybe someone goes down to 25%, someone else goes down to 50%, and then you continue. You generally get something when you're going out
yeah.
super aggressive, right? Like you get
I
something.
think it's usually worth it, depending
Yes.
on what the enemy has. Unless you know, like, okay, think about it. If unless you like, never. I
Go ahead.
mean, it's kind of a trade. I was gonna say unless you know they have a combo like Nano Blade, but if you get the correct value off of aggressive transing, they shouldn't even been able to use it.
Right. You
To be
can go,
fair.
hey, we are transing to win this fight because trans. You can say, hey, trans isn't a good enough answer to Nanoblade. So what we're actually going to do is you're only 85% of the way to Nano, we think. So we're actually going to trans to win this fight rather than deal with it. Like you can, yes, you can do
Yeah.
that. Of course, then how are you going to win the next fight? And you're going to have to aggressively grab them before the fight starts, before they think. But yes.
Well, it depends as well because grab as well. Usually you don't win if you even grab even if you alive afterwards, you don't always win. To be fair,
Sorry.
because the issue with grab is you
Mm-hmm.
can't. You have no mobility in a grab. Like your team does not have any mobility, and if you're running a heroes that strive on their
No. I
mobility,
was
I,
referring to if we win this fight with trans before you guys have Nanoblade, rather than saving our trans to answer Nanoblade because it's not a very good answer. They can get eliminations through it. You then gonna run into, aha, we canceled the team fight, we got it, we took you down before we
yeah.
did it because we used our
But
trans
I'm
aggressively,
telling you
and
why
then
trans
we
and
have to
grab.
win the next fight some way,
Yeah,
and I'm saying let's win the next fight with Graph because we still don't have a good Nanoblade answer. If you
yeah.
follow what I'm saying. You're saying, yes, trans is not a great answer to grab, and you're absolutely correct. By the end of Goats, most of us were viewing self-destruct as the most valuable ultimate in what do you call it? In
Yeah,
Goats,
because
not
they're
grab.
just that's essentially what it can be sometimes.
Yeah, yeah,
Was it Moria goats compared to Zen goats? It's garbage.
yes. But it
It's
was
bad.
face roll easy to run Moira Goats, so Moira Goats was the first Goats that showed up, and Goats evolved as time
Uh,
went on, and Zen became the best.
R.I.P. goats.
Okay, so you're here, you're charging up a right click. You guys are just going to rotate out getting staggered for a while? Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we did. I was
Uh,
mad at my team for
okay,
feeding.
okay. So I can live with this. I would prefer that
If
you
I
guys
was good, I would peak later.
You'd be blading?
I said if I was good, I'd peak later.
Yes,
I'd be
yes.
yeah. If I was good, I'd be blading
I'm
him.
glad you see that, because I'm like, I could call this out, but hey. Okay,
You
so,
should. You should say you're garbage.
well,
Jumbo, you suck.
goes without saying. So there's our Harmony Orb.
What?
Oh no, it does not. We refresh that, good. That was a better peak. You refresh the Discord. We decide that we're going to win through high ground. That's nice. Okay.
Is revealed.
Probably should be shooting Sigma. Probably.
Yeah.
Because
you
I'm.
should.
If I was a GM, maybe I'd shoot Tracer with GM mechanics.
Yeah, but then the Tracer would have, GM dodging. Like, it's a cycle.
I think you should leave the Overwatch community.
I should leave the Overwatch community?
Yes.
Okay. That's nice. Why should I leave the Overwatch community?
Because you are very bad at the game.
Ah, yes.
You coach people, but you're like bronze.
Yes,
Really.
there you go. I'm bronze.
I feel like you would be a tank player. You radiate tank player energy.
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't seem like the type of person to have mechanics. No offense.
That's fair. My mechanics were not anything special. Though remember, I did play tank, and I did have to get a high level of mastery of Primal Rage, and that's mechanics. It's a different type of mechanic.
Juggling is hard.
Yes.
Juggling is hard. I'll give you that. Juggling is very difficult.
Yeah.
When was the last time you actually played Overwatch?
With any level of seriousness, probably 2.5 years ago.
Really?
Like, going for hey, I'll play a few games, I've done that more recently, but that isn't real, and obviously my mechanics are totally shot when I do those. Okay.
This is really fun content to watch.
This right here?
Yeah, this is
Pushing
enjoyable.
the cart? Pushing the cart is great.
Pushing the cart is the best thing ever. To be fair, you don't really need that good of aim to play Zen. It helps, but you don't need great aim.
The problem that you'll run into is the flankers will start challenging you as they realize it. They will start
But
challenging
still,
you.
you can get I bet you could be a GM Zen with not the best mechanics. You could have Masters mechanics and be a GM Zen.
Sure, but that's true of
You could be,
anything. You could have You could have Masters Transcendences and be a GM Zen. You could have Masters Discord replacements.
No, you could have Diamond mechanics and be a GM Zen, dude. I bet you could even be top 500 with Diamond mechanics, or maybe not. Maybe Masters, but you don't need to have great mechanics.
That's a decent number of shots before your Discord orb went out here. So let's take a
How
look.
about you just be quiet?
No, that wouldn't be helpful.
Would be helpful to me.
That was 3 shots before your Discord orb went out. Do you hear that behind you? Because there were sound cues.
I heard it.
I'm surprised you didn't turn to shoot at it, but hey.
I don't even give them the second of day.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Gaze into the iris.
Did that just come back? Harmony Orb returned. Okay. Harmony Orb returned. You're chilling. Might as well bap it. Might as well? Doomfist? Cool? Okay.
Cool? He goes and sits on car. I'm telling him, you can push up, and he's just not responding. So I'm just I'm gonna go up then.
Sure.
Imagine I hit those shots.
Imagine you not standing here in the open to charge up another right click.
Shut up. Imagine I hit that though. If I was in a higher Masters game, I'd be dead right now.
You would. I don't really like this right click, and the reason I don't really like this right click is I feel like there are... So again, here you are, you fire off this, and I'm fine with firing off this one. And then you start to go another one, and you moved your Harmony Orb, but you don't have a Discord Orb out, and the fight is pretty clearly happening right now, yes?
Yeah.
So if the fight is pretty clearly happening, There's probably a target you can get a Discord Orb on
And
within a
Sigma probably
second of
could have
effort.
died. Like nobody cares about him right now.
You could pretty
I could
easily
even,
go.
I could even go up there and kill him.
It-
Because nobody could peek me from that angle unless the Ash took a really aggressive angle, but then I could just fall back on Mega.
And
So
this
who
is what we're
cares?
talking about. As the fight evolves, you can deepen your angles like this.
My game sense is garbage.
Oh,
I
that's
have
fine.
0 game sense.
That's fine. So as the
I don't
fight-
even know what this game is. I don't have sense or games. I don't have the 5 senses.
Okay.
Maybe
So-
that's why my game sense is so bad.
And again, you're charging. Again, this is the 3rd charge in a row we've gone into without having a Discord out while clearly fights are happening.
Let them up.
Dude.
Yeah. So you're just not contributing as much as you'd expect Zen to contribute. Because, like, I don't care that you're lowering your damage for the sake of protection by right-clicking instead of left-clicking, but I do mind
But
that...
I didn't get a Discord, which
Right.
I needed to.
Right.
Because I was like 30 seconds with no Discord. I do it then, though.
Okay.
It's
So,
just...
who should your Harmony Orb be on right now?
Not Sigma.
Why not Sigma?
Because he's... 1, our BAF can heal Sigma easily. 2, he's all the way back over here. 3,
Exactly.
he's not in any danger. 4, I'm an idiot.
Okay.
Probably McCree.
Maybe not the last one, but yes, McCree is the right answer. McCree is in the most dangerous and the most aggressive position
Double
right now.
jeopardy.
Yep.
That's
He's also
how you
missing
use
some
that
health. But even if he
phrase.
wasn't, McCree would
Yeah.
be the right place for your orb to be.
I think Orhog.
No, your hog was in less aggressive position.
Sure, but after that, I think Hog is a fine target.
Okay.
Because he takes damage. Because he's fat.
Yes.
Temporal, did you model your physique after Hog?
60 seconds
Ah!
remaining.
You just got this, Temporal.
I think I'll be okay. Okay, we've got a Discord orb out. We have our Harmony Orb on our BAP. We're charging this. We move that to the Tracer. I can live with that. And we move the Harmony to our Doom, surely.
It's my spite for Doom players, man. I think he would have died without it, to be fair.
I mean, that's probably true, but,
Just out of principle, it should have been
Yes.
moved to him.
yes. Okay, we're fighting this.
I do build up Transcendence, though. So far, I
do?
don't really see any issues in my play.
Yeah, no issues, no forgetting about your Doomfist, no peeking angles early when you're charging orbs, no leaving, hey, going into 3,
No
4
charging
right clicks
orbs
in a
out in the
row.
open, no getting good angles.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
I've seen none of this
10 seconds
happen.
remaining.
I don't get how they don't die.
Who didn't die? That person back there?
Yeah. They should be dead right now, but they're cheating probably.
10 seconds remaining.
Cheats. That was so close, to be fair.
It was close.
That's actually so close.
It's close, yeah. No, that's
If my
close.
mouse was like literally actually probably 1 or 2 pixels to the other side, I would have hit
Yeah,
that.
very
and they
small
would be
amount
going.
would do it.
I didn't realize how small that was. Look at
Okay,
that tracer
So
peeking
notice,
up on me.
notice where your Harmony Orb is again. Is this Harmony Orb helping anyone?
No.
Okay.
Be one with the universe.
I get it. We're here.
10 seconds.
Fight's clearly
remaining.
happening at this point. Like we're trading some damage, etc. So there's someone to Discord somewhere.
Someone the Harmony Orb.
Yeah, there's someone to Discord somewhere, but we go into another right click. Maybe we had to go into this right click. Maybe we're going to continue to rotate up to here with this right click or something, and then we'll Discord
Probably.
orb. No, we
Maybe.
won't because Tracer's going to show up in our face. But
I will. I will do it.
Experience tranquility.
okay.
Dude, he body blocked me. The Bob body blocked me. Did you see that?
I did, yeah.
There is chaos within you.
Okay, are we gonna get orbs out? There's one. There's two. Two orbs out.
But we still lose the fight.
Yeah.
My
Okay.
team's just bad.
So you are still missing a lot of Discord orb uptime, and again, I don't mind the right
It's
clicks.
better than it was
It
a
is.
week ago.
No, it is. It is better than
It's
it was.
better
a week
than it
ago.
was last review.
I don't
Yes,
understand
yes.
much of how you heal, Dr. Ziegler.
Now sometimes I fight.
suppose we must
do.
all take some things
So
in
just
turn.
sometimes though.
But again, we want the like, hey, we're going into a fight, we're charging right clicks, that's fine. We're spamming a choke with right clicks, that's fine. We're, peeking cute angles with right clicks, that's fine. But once
But I
the
should
like
have a Discord now.
once the angles have gotten no, not necessarily in those things,
Well,
but
yeah.
once the angles have gotten serious that the teams are actually battling, it's not just teams, walking up from here that you're trying to get right clicks into. Once it's like, hey, they're here, there's any belief that they're actually trying to rotate, etc., and your team is actually fighting back on them too, yes, you want the Discord orb out before you go to charge another right click at that point.
Yeah.
A chance to focus.
I played a game of tank
Mhm.
today,
Mhm.
and it was in gold, and after that I just couldn't do it anymore.
One. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
I leave. Shut up! I'm leaving.
Okay.
Eyes on the bad guys.
I transitioned up here because I thought my whole team was just gonna like hard hold there, and I didn't want to be on the
Right.
low.
No, I get it.
But then everyone dropped, so I'm like, okay,
No,
guess I'll play where I am.
that's correct. You were
normally.
right to rotate how you did because, hey, there's a tracer on point and it looks like
Yeah.
your team's holding it. And then you back it up because, hey, you
Then
can't.
nobody cares.
Sigma is probably
Huge
the
right click.
least
Huge
good
right.
person for your Harmony Orb to be on.
Why?
Um,
Who would be better? Tell me, and I'll give you $10,000.
Okay, so a better person for your Harmony Orb would be your Hammond. A better person for your Harmony Orb would be your Junkrat. You could make the argument that a better person would be your Ash, but really I'm looking at your Hammond and your Junkrat as primary Harmony Orb places.
Fight me.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Jumbo. Okay.
Okay, so we're firing off our right click. Left click. Beautiful.
I Discord.
Yes,
Because I'm
do.
a professional.
That's fine. You move it to the weak Sigma. Okay. Why don't I like that you didn't? So you just had a window to do something and you didn't do it. What was it?
Discord.
No.
Do something.
You saw the tracer leave here that you were just fighting, and you saw your Ash go to challenge it. Giving someone
Okay.
Harmony Orb that's trying to duel a tracer like that.
I heard the hook. I needed to be out there. I think our Sigma probably would have died if I didn't peek, bro. He gets only 2 HP. Look at that. Look at his face. Look at his poor face. He's crying out, Jumbo. Please Harmony Orb me, please.
No.
Look at how low he gets. I peel for our Ash more than any other support would.
Okay, let me
Throughout this whole round.
let me take a
I
look at
did.
Sigma.
They would have
So,
died. Look at how
ignore me,
low he
Sigma.
gets. Look at how low he is. He literally would have died without me.
No, he would not have. Let's
Yes, he
literally
would've.
watch how this plays out.
But I go back. Blah. He would have died without me.
It doesn't matter because it's conceptually wrong, but we'll do it just to prove it. So, okay, your Sigma got chipped down to there. The Harmony Orb is ticking on him. That's fine. Your Harmony Orb has taken him to full. I didn't want you to move it to your Ash yet, so that's fine. Now is when I want you to move your Harmony Orb to Ash, because clearly your Ash is going to take a 1v1 with the Tracer, and Harmony Orb
He
is
would've
huge for
died.
1v1s. Harmony Orb
You
is
don't-
huge for 1v1. So let's watch the
I
Ash.
know.
Now is when I want the Harmony Orb to move, and let's watch from now in slow-mo to see, does your Harmony Orb matter? So, oh, you did! You did!
I did.
And then you put it right back. You put it
Because
right
I see
back.
him get hooked, man.
Okay, I can see his health.
And it gets
it
so
goes to there.
low.
It
He
goes to
would have
there.
died. Look at his health. Look at his
I
health.
see his health. You haven't healed him any with your Harmony Orb yet, by the way.
Look at his health though.
Yeah? It's
Look
down
at
to
his
90.
health.
It's down to maybe
Yeah.
100.
And he would have died.
And it goes up, back to 100. So you've healed effectively, 10, 20 HP. He never went to a place where it would have been 0. You see what I'm saying here?
You
Like,
suck.
he never went to a place where that health would have been 0.
Died. You would have been like, you should have switched to
No.
Harmony Orb.
No, I would not, because conceptually enabling the dueling Ashe is better than trying to heal a tank who is going to take a bajillion pellets.
Shush your little
Uh-huh.
mouth. I helped them after.
You did.
Without of
Refresh,
me, they
good.
would have died.
No, that was a good job. You came back, you refreshed the Harmony Orb on your Ashe twice. That was good.
Then
Nice.
I killed them for them because
I
they
like it.
suck.
Can you peek to give your ball to Harmony? You can. Nice.
I do.
I don't even mind. I don't even mind.
I got,
You took
I
out
got
the Ashe, you got the Harmony, exactly. Good. Okay. I can live with that.
Tranquility.
I'm temporal.
Yeah, I can live with that.
Sound like a child. I've never seen a child who says I've never seen a grown man who says Look at this game sense though. Look at this. Look at this game sense in a second.
Uh-huh.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This Tracer's dumb. Look at this.
Yeah,
Bing.
That was nice.
Idiot. Idiot Tracer. Idiot. Worst player I've ever seen.
Okay.
So far, I don't see any problems. Actually,
Yeah, no problems at all. No failing
No?
to enable your Ashe. I mean, you mostly got her. Uh-huh.
There is no peel in Diamond games. It's every man for himself.
Yeah, no, that's generally true.
But I mastered now, so now I have to. Dang.
Okay, you've got that out. So you've got your Junkrat Harmonied. Good. Not sure why we moved the Harmony rather than keep it on the junk, but okay.
Okay, but okay.
Worked out.
And I die.
Yep.
Hey, Temporal!
Shoot.
Pain is
Your screen's lagging. You should rescare your screen
I can do that. So
at 720p because you don't have internet.
that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So we are going to stop streaming. We are going to share Overwatch again, go live, and it's gonna be happy this time. We hope. Come on, Kim. Go the real speed.
My scrim team said they were gonna kick me out if I hit Masters, dude.
Did
I
they?
guess
Are you in a league that requires submasters?
They said they didn't. Some of our team is still plat. Like I joined the
Oh.
team when I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I don't think any other Zen would have peeled for their Ashe, except if they were good, they would have.
Except
But
if
like
they're-
that was a good choice to go help my Ashe, because they would have died
Sure.
for sure. They definitely would have died.
And now you've got a good cross angle.
darkness falls.
I genuinely think I played this whole contest very well.
60 seconds.
This is not
My spirit
Put
is
it on
strong.
Wrecking Ball, who's stalling out points. That's back up. And you were immediately going to go trans that, I assume.
No,
Okay.
it's just Sigma. Oh, you're getting
What? Because I expect you're gonna make mistakes? I'm happy you don't make mistakes.
No, no. Oh, you think I'm dumb?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
think I'm dumb?
It seems to be the case.
I'm very intelligent.
Good, good. That's how you predicted the tracer with the left click. That was nice earlier.
What's your least favorite map in Overwatch? What do you think is the worst design map other than Paris and
Lunar
other than
Colony.
Paris?
Like-
Other than Lunar Colony.
No, no, no. You don't get to go under that.
Other than Lunar Colony.
Uh,
Oh my god, you grind my gears, Temporal. I hate playing Junkertown, to be fair. I also hate Numbani.
but you just don't like snipers, and I like Numbani.
I don't like Numbani. It's so bad. Horrible map. So awkward to play. I always have like 15 deaths on Numbani.
No.
Yes.
No.
I say res him, because we need to stay in this. He has tire.
Yeah, now
I
it's
say
fine. So
We
that's
need. I did it specifically to do that. I didn't trans just to go aggro. I said res.
okay. So that's good. But let's look at this. So you can shout res. Like, okay, so this is fine. We're here. We're doing this. We lose him.
Yeah, and also everyone
I
was
get-
low.
I
too.
get that everyone is low, but look how far away their team still is. Their team is
True.
still very far away.
Very true. Very true.
And your Sigma, as much as they might not like it, can just go. Oh, let me get to your Sigma. Your Sigma's still got
True.
almost a full
True,
barrier and
true.
shift. You can cover this res without trans. Like, you can just shout res, and you can trans if you guys get dove as the res is going off. If she gets, starts taking damage as the res goes off. You can edge this trans closer than you did.
I don't know, Temporal.
Okay.
Even if he had a shield, I think I agree that I shouldn't have trans that early.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Would Sigma have died? He had the shield,
Mm-hmm.
but he would not have been getting healing from our Mercy because they were rezzing.
Right. So he puts his shield up and closes the angle.
Yeah, but what if he dies? What if they push him? If the team was smart, they'd push him. They'd say Mercy is rezzing. They have very little heals. Let's kill Sigma, and then Sigma would die.
I'm sorry. How fast does Sigma move? Does Sigma get from here to here to be able
Okay,
to push
let's
the
assume
Sigma who closes the angle? What's
Okay,
that?
okay, unpause it. Let's
Okay.
see how long it takes.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't disagree.
Okay,
that
no,
Jeez.
It takes him that long to do the res.
Yeah,
By
and-
that point, Sigma's already up there. But I guess
Okay.
their team isn't. But I don't know. I think I should have trans later though. But I
Yes,
don't know.
You definitely
I don't
should
know
have trans later.
I
but
doubt if I shouldn't have trans at all. I don't think the trans, in my opinion, was necessarily bad.
well, hold on.
I think the timing of the trans was bad, but I don't think the reason for
The
trans
trans
was bad.
might be necessary, but I want us
Yeah.
to do this without the trans, and then I want you to make the call of whether we need the trans. It's hard
But
to know.
I should have done it later to
Right.
begin with.
Like, it
anyway,
should have
'cause-
been later, because if we do it later, we might not need it. And if we do it later, even if we do need it, it's still better because now they're closer to us and we
Yeah.
get to run them over with our trans. Here, they're just going to not
Yeah,
push
there's
in if
not
they're
much
smart.
engaged. I could have just waited. I said Mercy res, and then if the hog did get in the position where he looked like he was gonna hook, like if I saw hog on my screen and Sigma didn't shield it, then I think trans would be valuable, just in case they get hooked out of res. If hog could see them,
Well, if they get hooked out of res,
then
are
they
you in the
die.
fight? Yeah.
Then they die, and we probably lose that point.
So, right. So you transing if they get hooked doesn't make sense.
No. What I'm saying is,
Okay.
if the hog was able, if the hog was able to come up and peek that angle and hook Mercy, because I don't think the Sigma shielded. If they were able to do that, and I saw him come up, and I knew he was gonna hook them, and then I trans to block it, that would have been better to begin with. But I don't think it would have worked either way. I probably didn't need the trans to begin with, to be fair.
You think you need to trans to begin with?
I don't think I needed trans
Yes.
to begin with.
Yes. That's where I am. I'm in this place of, hey, you don't have to trans. I'm actually okay if you do trans as they come crushing down on you to go, hey, we're transing our way out of this because everyone is low, but I actually want them to get closer. I want everyone being low is
Yeah,
sort of baiting
yeah.
the trap. And
I could have done it. I could have done it later as well. I think
yes.
later would have been better if I was gonna trans,
Yes,
because I think that's valid.
later is better, and it could be that we get to later and go, oh, we don't need it. But later is better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, if we do it later, we might have a Discord orb out for it. This is not me knocking. I know why you didn't have a Discord orb out for that one. You couldn't with when you popped it. I just think again too early.
Fight me. And then the Sigma and the junk gets the 2 tire.
10 seconds.
Just keep watching, keep watching, keep watching!
I will, but I just want to understand the situation. Like, you're pushing out here
I
while
know.
Ash is still up.
I think I can look at this, look at this. I kill him, but I die, and they have no res. They just resed him, and I thought I could kill him, and I did. So in my mind, I thought killing the Sig for our recontest, because we could recontest this, because we still had people alive, was worth it.
But if you go down, there's no more Discord. Do you take him out before he takes yours out? You don't. It's wrong, but okay.
It's not wrong. He's dead, and then he kills Baptiste, and we win because I was good.
It's not though. Like you're
They would have
here.
done the same thing in Contenders.
Which player would have done the same thing in Contenders? Because almost
Boombox.
maybe. Probably not.
Boombox isn't even in Contenders. But...
I know. And in Owl, that actually became a thing that Western Zens were getting annoyed over because like everyone was like, "Oh, Jonak is amazing," and everyone tries to play like Jonak, and all the Western teams are like, "No, we want a very supportive Zen. We don't want a Jonak Zen." And it was like, "What? Like, so you actually got that? So no, I don't know that you'd see this. This happened. I'd have actually liked you to just go over here again, creating a different angle where you're like, "Hey, I can harmony that. I can harmony that. I've got my Discord, etc." But yeah, what do I know? Exactly.
What do you know? You're broad. I'm so mean to you.
It's
But
okay.
you're mean to me. So
I am mean to you. I'm not terribly worried about you being mean to me.
Let's review this Lucio play.
Okay.
It's very long and fulfilling.
Okay. Why are we booping the Lucio here?
Because I thought maybe he'd C9. Because he already got booped. I had to boop him up higher just to confirm it.
Okay. So we saw some stuff there.
We saw some good stuff.
We did see some good stuff. You know,
We saw
that
actually
tracer
only good
elimination.
stuff.
No, definitely not the case. So the things that I would want to talk about here are. We did talk about, hey, you've still got too much of this, and this is going to be the easiest place to work on. Of, hey, you're going into right clicks when you need to have Discord orbs out. When the battle is happening, when your team has work that they're doing, and getting the Discord orb out is just such high value before you go into more right click charging that we really want to prioritize that more highly than we are. The other thing that we talked about that has some value is we didn't see so many. We saw the one trans example, and we talked about how to do an example, but we talked about, hey, how can you use your transes to get defensive and offensive value? And yes, that is something that you're going to want to.
I usually ideally try and do it when my tank is low. Not low enough to where he might die like instantly and then the trans is worthless. But like to the point where he can be saved.
Cool. Do you calm your transes? Like, do you say, I'll trans this? Do you do much in terms of comms in general or no?
Sometimes I do. I think calming can be pretty good as Zenyatta because you have a lot of.
I mean, you've got
power.
A lot of power with that Discord orb, and you've got a lot of power with specifically your Transcendence to go push, I'll save it. You know, push, I'll save you, etc.
I have called out stuff that's actually been useful though.
Okay.
Because that's what you do when you do comms.
Yes.
Say useful. I should just start calming and say like not useful stuff like. Genji low, when they have like a Tracer Ash or something. Just trick my team.
There you go.
Doomfist flanking.
Sure. So We talked about the making sure the Discord is out when we're charging those right clicks. We talked about moving your Harmony Orb to, hey, Doomfist is a high priority target even if we don't like him. And we talked
Yeah.
about these Transcendences even if we only have one real example. We did talk about, hey, this is
Yeah.
how Transcendence works, etc.
Yeah.
So will work towards that. And then simply because you asked about it between sessions here and we didn't get to cover it a ton, angles are cool. Angles are nice things. There are places that you can go more for angles. Where like, hey, your Ash is here and you can go here, where you still have line of sight on everyone, but
Yeah.
you've changed the angle up a bit. Or when you return back to
Very
here.
hot take from Temporal. Angles are cool.
Yes. Or when you came back from here, yes, that
I
was
had
solid
that
as
angle,
well.
which was a pretty good angle.
And then when we go into third, we had this case here where, hey, those angles can help you get that Discord orb off. Where it's like your team is fighting on this, and you can go, this is a little more aggressive, but the fight's been going for a couple seconds. As the fight's been going for a couple seconds, I can take a bit more of an angle, get my Discord orb off, and then I can hold this, or I can back out of it. But we can transition. We can transition up to these. Or if you're on defense, it's like, hey, I'm doing my thing. I'm doing my thing. And let me just peek over here with a right click and then work my way back towards my team. Like, we can do that, but don't generally start the fight over here. Sort of work your way into these. I would much rather you work your way into these angles than what most end players do, which is, aha, we're winning. We're winning. We're winning. Let me just hold W, and then they get in trouble.
That's what I used to do.
Yes. Yeah, so instead as you're winning, deepen the angle. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think season 30 Temporal.
Oh, yeah?
GM.
What season are we in again? Remind me.
26.
Okay. It's doable. I mean, you're gonna have to stay on it, but
to be
it's doable.
fair,
Mhm.
I met somebody in a comp game once.
Yeah.
They were playing tank. They were diamond tank, and my friend tells me to look at their profile, and I see they were like a 4.2 Zen main. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And the season before it, they were only like 3.4. You can have a lot of improvement like that.
You can absolutely have a lot of improvement. You can
It's
find
hard,
big
but
things that are hard, but it takes effort, and that effort, it's not the effort of playing, it's the effort of being reflective and the effort of focusing on improving on things. Like that is the difference between
just
I've poured
playing the
600
game,
hours
and I
in.
don't do that.
Right. People who pour 1,000 hours in and they're silver or gold versus people who go, no, I've spent 200 hours and I've consistently been getting better at the game, et cetera, et cetera. And those are very different. But those were harder hours for that person who put in 200 hours and was improving.
Yeah. I remember there was this other coach, I forgot what his name is, but he was like, how to grind Overwatch correctly. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because like just playing the game isn't grinding the game.
No.
Sometimes you need to if you're already like playing at a good level and you just need to play the game more.
Well,
like
you do need more games to move it. Like if you suddenly get a lot better because hey, you made a giant breakthrough, etc., you are going to have to play more games to convince the game that you did make that breakthrough.
Yeah, because also like if you're getting like stuff right now, if I was to just go play 4 games, 3 games, and then be like, I want my next review Temporal. Like I wouldn't really be much different of stuff because I didn't have actual time to apply it. I'm learning the knowledge, but I'm not taking time to apply it.
Like again, we can pretend I'm bronze, wood tier, whatever. I know lots of things about the entirety of the Overwatch roster. That doesn't mean that I can play. I can coach any hero at a GM or contenders level depending on the hero. I have to train up some of my GM heroes to contenders probably because they just weren't relevant. But I can do that.
What heroes do you think? Sorry, I'm sorry for interrupting.
Let me finish the thought.
Yeah,
what you run into there is, hey, I know all those things, but I haven't turned those into the habit, so no, I can't go play every hero at a GM or contenders level because I haven't.
But you don't.
Exactly. It's not instinctual to me, even though I know it. It's not ingrained into my autopilot. It's not ingrained into my habits, etc. And you have to spend the time building it into your habits, which you're not going to do if you only played 4 sessions between this review and your next review.
Yeah. What heroes do you think you coached the best?
What heroes do I think I coached the best?
Yeah, top three.
Heroes that I coached the best. I mean, I got pretty good at Zarya coaching. I got pretty darn good at Sombra coaching, but no one likes Sombra coaching. I don't know why. Like, I was like, hey
Because
guys,
there are no Sombra players.
well,
Nobody
but
plays Sombra.
Sombra goats was a thing for a while. So there
True.
was Sombra was necessary, etc. And then I don't know, probably like a Winston or something, but it doesn't matter. I mean,
What
the
are your worst? What's like your worst hero?
heroes that just never really saw serious use at a super high level in, the time when I was really the most active
Yeah.
professionally, which would be heroes like oh
I would
shoot.
say May, but there were
No,
Snubs,
no,
so
we were good with
yeah.
May. We had to get
Yeah,
great with May
Snubs,
because
yeah.
when Phase 2 made its real run, when we proved that we knew the game better than people. I mean, Phase 2 made its run. Phase 2 went from like a middle of the pack team to a top team because the playoff meta swapped, and myself and one of the players immediately figured it out and were able to implement it. We figured out, oh,
Yeah.
this is what matters for this May Reaper combo, because the comp after Goats ended was Orisa, Diva, May, Reaper, Lucio, Moira. That was the initial comp right after they just did 2-2-2 lock, and we understood, like, we just figured it out within like a day that, oh, the right answer is to aggressively use your tank cooldowns, like run at them stupid hard, aggressively use your tank cooldowns to force DPS cooldowns, and you will win the fight. That was sort of like the basic
Yeah.
building block that we figured out. So no, I absolutely know May quite well. Sorry, go ahead. Oh, you were asking for my worst?
I was saying, what's your worst hero to
Probably
coach?
Doomfist, just because Doomfist has so much tech to him, but he hasn't
Yeah, true.
really ever been useful at a time where I just look at Doomfist and I can coach him, but it's like, oh shoot, can you roll out off of that? Let me go think about that. Yeah, I've seen you get where I'm
Eh,
saying, like that. Whereas other
nobody likes
heroes,
Doomfist players.
Hammond has some of that stuff too, but I've actually gone and
Yeah.
done more of that with Hammond. So yeah. Okay.
Do you think Zen is one of your better heroes at coaching?
Yeah, I think
Or
I'm
medium?
perfectly.
I,
I think I am
yeah.
perfectly capable. I mean, I know I'm perfectly capable of coaching
Yeah.
Zen, but yeah, I mean, Zen was a big part when I was professionally active in
Yeah.
terms of goats, in terms of dives before that, in terms of goats. Zen has been meta for so long that yes, I know him
Yeah.
inside and out. That's why
Meta
I'm
didn't
happy.
have. I mean, Zen didn't have a lot of play like
What?
before this. Zen didn't. I didn't see a lot of Zen play like before this new meta, other than Go.
Oh, well, generally what happens is Zen gets swapped in as metas last longer. Like, as Goats started, it was Moira. Then we moved on to, hey, does it make sense to do Anna or Zen? Anna, Zen, Moira, all of them getting played, etc. Well, we're going to run Anna Goats in case they run dive at us. And then we got good enough to go, no, we can run Zen even if they run dive at us and we're not scared. Zen Goats will be enough, etc., etc. And it was, but people had to get good enough, etc. Dive started
Yeah.
the same way. When, we were doing dive, etc. Okay, back originally, Mercy was all you had. But once we had Anna, Anna was run more than Lucio Zen to start. And as people got better at dive, it moved to
Yeah.
Lucio Zen, etc. Like, Zen is just great, but it's very small margins for error when you have a Zen on your team. So you have to
True.
get better at the comp. So as we've moved into faster changing
True.
metas, they've just, developed a little less, etc.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Uh,
that's it. That's
okay.
it for me.
Cool. And let me end this here. Boom.